Okay, noch einmal zurück zu Ludwig und dann können wir den Laden hier vielleicht dann auch verlassen. Ich kann auch zum Landeplatz schnell reisen, das ist ja nett. Terror on Monarch. With Ruth Bellamy. As Halsey and Helen.
Town's been dark a while now.
Ja, ja.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, so this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm getting...
12.000 Erfahrung. Nice, das war's tatsächlich. Oh, nice. Haben wir noch Level 7 mitgenommen. Geil. Level up. Jetzt hätte ich auch überzeugen leveln können. Ja, Pavati macht jetzt auch 7. Ich mache jetzt trotzdem mal 3 da rein. Vielleicht kommt ja der 25er-Wert nochmal häufiger. Na gut, ich mach mal so. Dann haben wir nämlich auch Lügen 15. Okay. Tarnung finde ich relativ egal, wirklich. Okay. Das Reparaturding klingt tatsächlich ziemlich cool. Okay, dann traveln wir mal zu unserem Schiff zurück und verlassen diesen Drecksplaneten. Ich hoffe, das mit dem Energiekern reicht jetzt tatsächlich. Ich bin mir tatsächlich nicht sicher, ob ich Zoe nicht hätte mitnehmen können, wenn ich die andere Option gewählt hätte.
Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice.
Ja, bla bla, interessiert niemanden.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But
Klar kannst du mitkommen.
Can I come with you?
Dann sind wir schon 3 in der Crew. Wir haben auch einen coolen
I
VK.
know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing.
Yes.
And if you ever need a pair of eyes
Die ist halt
watching
auch
your back,
Tech.
I can do that too. What do you think?
Nice.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this.
Ich mag sie.
Captain.
Und Max
I
ist auch
can call
cool.
you Captain now. I got a captain.
I got a captain. Max ist hier.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to help. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Okay, dann reparieren wir mal den Antrieb. Hier ist eine Werkbank, nice. Wo? Da, okay. Das sieht gut aus. Karte ins Nirgendwo. Dein eigenes Schiff zugelegt. Xbox Console Achievement. Das Hellauge macht mich fertig.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Let's go.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Klingt gut. Nice. Sexy. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Ich verrate das mal nicht. Der ist mir nicht
Excellent.
geheuer.
Let's move on.
Sollte er nicht wissen.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right.
Wie Ada nach oben links
You
guckt die
need to
ganze
get to
Zeit.
Stellar Bay on Monarch.
Als würde
I
sie ihn
have contacts
anschielen.
there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Ist ein Argument.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope.
Okay.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Das ist ein Navigationsterminal. Wieso gibt es 2 Punkte? Ah, okay. Über uns ist vermutlich
Make yourself at home.
der Holomantel. Projiziere eine Verkleidung, die dir und deinen Begleitern Zugang auf Sperrgebieten gibt, sofern du dafür über ein passendes Ausweismodul verfügst. Sperrgebiete sind ansonsten für nicht autorisierte Personen nicht zu betreten. Zuwiderhandlung wird mit Waffengewalt vergolten. Talk to Gladys on the Groundbreaker. Das ist ein Mülleimer. Nachrichten für Alex Hawthorne. Ich habe bei meiner letzten Nachricht noch etwas vergessen. Ich schussel. Ich schicke dir noch eine Kopie meiner Lieblingsserie, die Weltraumabenteurer von Singularity Steel. Da geht es um einen verwegenen Weltraumpiraten. Mit einem Herz aus. Naja, Stahl. Der Vorstand hat sie nicht wirklich abgesegnet, also zeigt sie besser nicht deinen Spacer-Kumpels. Sie wird dir hoffentlich auf deinem Weg zum nächsten Abenteuer ein paar schöne Stunden bescheren. Ähnlichkeiten mit einer gewissen Person sind absolut gewollt. Okay. Wahrscheinlich angelehnt an Duke Nukem. Heart of Steel. Weiß. Zustandsverzeichnis. Protokolle. Rumpfstrahler. Kurz im Schwarzmarkt. Nias Wissenschaftswaffe. Okay. Archivierte Nachrichten. Ups. Gesendete Nachrichten. Kein Grund gleich rumzuschreien. Mein Terminal war kaputt, hab wohl zu viel gesoffen, das versehentlich runtergeschmissen. Weißt du, wie das ist? Manchmal muss man einfach mal abgehen. Egal, ich sag dir nicht, wo Wells ist, also spar dir die Mühe. Gib mir einen Drink in der Last Hope aus. Wenn ich das nächste Mal da bin, dann verzeih ich dir vielleicht. Hawthorne. Okay. Die Türen sind offen. Diese Roboter antwortet nicht. Auf dem Gehäuse und verzeichnete Seriennummer enthält die Buchstaben Sam. Okay. Sam, der Roboter. Sammeln wir mal alles ein, was hier so liegt. Apples. Komponiert. Komponierte Werkzeugkiste. Alter Schraubenschlüssel. Altes Werkzeugbuch. Crafting-Materialien. Petunia, die Pflanze. Das ist keine Petunie. Auch nicht schlecht. Das ist VK Max. Wurfball. Okay, der hat Heavy Mon. Index der verbotenen Schriften. Okay, dann fliegen wir mal los. Auf zum Schwarzmarkt. Okay, what the fuck? Wo sind wir? Sieht man nicht so genau. Ah, doch, da. Im Orbit von Terra 2. Okay. Da ist Monarch der Mond, da können wir aber noch nicht landen. Wir müssen zu dem Groundbreaker Schwarzmarktschiff. Weitere Planeten sind Scylla, Typhon, Hephaistos, Olympus und Eridanos. Okay, das sieht schon mal ziemlich cool aus alles. So viel kann man sagen. Dann fliegen wir einfach mal zur Groundbreaker-Andockstation. Boah, eine Animation. Willkommen auf der Systemkarte. Hier kannst du alle Planeten des Systems sehen. Ja, das haben wir, da waren wir ja gerade durch. Du kannst dein Schiff zu jedem freigeschalteten Ort fliegen, wobei manche Landeplätze besondere Codes und Schlüssel erfordern, bevor sie die Landung freigeben. Die Reise zwischen Planeten ist gefährlich. Angestellten wird empfohlen, über die sichere Route zwischen Wohnung und Arbeitsplatz zu genießen.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. But I've never seen it up and running.
Okay.
Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope? When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I
Oh,
think my
sad face.
self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
Am
Fortunately
Leben
for
bleiben,
you,
klar.
I am similarly programmed to protect the ship's captain and crew. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who died in Emerald Vale due to excessive internal and external bleeding. I required you to assume Hawthorne's identity in order to sync your commands to my interpretation protocols. I've since registered you as the captain of the Unreliable. You're welcome to continue lying about your identity if you wish, but I know the truth. I am relieved to hear it, Captain. No, but I am programmed to put you at ease by saying so. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony
Erzähl
would
mir
you
noch
like
was
to
über die
discuss?
Kolonie. Terra 2, wissen wir jetzt schon ziemlich viel. Was ist denn
Where
mit
in
Monarch? Stellar Bay.
Ah, Monarch, the armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook. I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points. It's Sublight land for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't talk us there. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Phineas Orbitallabor.
As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
Okay, wieso
The
ist bei ihm
outlaw
noch schwieriger?
scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to
Wenn
those
nicht funktionieren da
hunting him.
die Geräte
Even
nicht.
knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward. Shall I engage the laser weapon system?
Oh, shit. Wir können den wegschießen und uns das Kopfgeld gönnen? Kann ich speichern? Nee. Fuck. Ich tue das jetzt.
I shall happily comply with your order. Just as soon as we have a laser weapon system.
Sowas hatte ich erwartet. Okay,
See you
das
soon,
reicht
Captain.
erstmal.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Okay.
Can we talk?
Klar.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Klar.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Nope. Zwei Begleiter. Es ist halt wirklich Fallout meets Mass Effect. Also dieses eigene Schiff, Crew, Computer, Schiffscomputer. Ist halt wirklich 100% Mass Effect. Und der ganze Rest ist Fallout. Also das Kampfsystem, das Wets, die Dialoge. Aber gefällt mir. Ist echt eine coole Mischung.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board.
Oh, shit.
Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Das kann ich auch nicht sagen, oder?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade.
Okay.
Make sure you bring an empty belly. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much. Bit of a weird bird, all told.
Wir
Don't
haben
see what's so wrong
eine
about liking
Kopie von dieser
cereals.
Serie.
They're fun.
Udom takes it to an unhealthy level. You noticed, huh? They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They
Müssen wir in
believe
die
it's
Kamera
their
beten, wenn er
prerogative
will.
to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
So far. Alles klar.
Sure thing.
Jobs
Wie
will ich auch
sehen, ja?
selbst. Okay, geht's hier. Da geht's tatsächlich durch. Ah, okay, ist offen jetzt. Gladys.
Can we talk?
Judam.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
Mhm.
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be
Okay.
him. That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems. I'll comb the last 6 months of
Okay,
departure
ja.
manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Vielleicht haben wir Glück und er war hier. Alles klar,
Thank you, Captain.
machen wir. Das heißt, wir müssen mit dem Dude reden. Wir müssen mit ihr reden. Und wir müssen Sicherheitsterminal finden.
Try not to be
Jo,
distracted
okay,
by the
das ist
glare
schon
of
ganz
the
schön cool.
adverts. Lots of unsavory types.
Ja, Bedrohne. Resource beinahe. Bells Shells.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
We interrupt your regular.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he.
Ups.
Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Die kannten sich. Das ist natürlich ein Problem.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I
Fuck.
trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend.
Whoa.
My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me,
Ein Quatsch, ey.
how did he die?
Ich glaube, die Details willst du nicht wissen. Unfall mit einer Rettungskapsel. Wir müssen ja hoffentlich nicht erwähnen, dass wir das waren.
Oh, awful business that. But why? How?
No.
No. Best not to ask after the gory details. Right, right.
Ich will
You're
wohl jetzt
going
nicht
important
ausliefern, damit
places,
bin ich
I'm
mir noch nicht
sure.
sicher genug.
Big, exciting, important
Ich mag die noch
places.
weniger als...
There, I've removed the
Traue.
flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen
Nein.
his wanted posters all over the colony.
Er hat gesagt, er
Did
macht's
Alex
nicht.
tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Ich hatte eben gelesen. Warum hat der Vorstand eigentlich so ein Interesse an
You
Wells?
haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a
Yeah.
madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table.
Hat er nie erwähnt.
Well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. I don't intend to be. It's just a matter of trust. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale,
War
I
die nicht, auf
suppose.
keinen Fall.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
Okay.